He was getting a hand from Ben Trumbull. And it'll be moved up by Mitch Ogilvie. Ogilvie in here for Joe Resetarits. Here's McCauley with him. McCauley shoots, hit a stick, loose ball. Resetarits, what a job there, and then McCauley wasn't quite ready for it. And now he grabs it, gets it to Catoni. He keeps it in, only 5 seconds on the shot clock. Nothing really going right there for the Lakers. Here's a transition opportunity, and playing some tough D is Gilray, but not tough enough, I guess, as Brooklyn sneaks one in, and they open the scoring here 4 minutes and 19 seconds in.
Just a quick transition goal. Eddie Renault all by himself, no other Brooklyn players had time to join him. They were all heading towards the bench. A couple were hanging back just in case he took the shot and missed it. And there's the quick scoop up. Renault is already all the way down, and he's able to fend off Gilray and get that shot on net.
Peterborough up the other way, trying to reply. It's Gilray with it.
Here's pointed at the stick on the turf. Wanted to make sure the ref saw that.
Shot and a goal. Barnable, what a blast right there. Top corner. That took 7 seconds of power play time, and it's 2-0 Brooklyn.
Just an absolute bomb from the outside. Left Nick Rose frozen. That shot was so hard and so quick. He didn't have time to react at all. It came out of the stick and into the top corner. You're usually expecting guys to set up a play when they're on the power play, and Barnable just steps in, and instead of passing to that far side, he just rips it home.
Wesley takes a shot, he scores. Sean Wesley, it's 3-0 Brooklyn.
And in the opening minute, so the crowd gets silent early, and you heard me talking to the captain, Connor Kiernan, in the intermission about coming into an opponent's barn with this many fans and just silencing them. And they did that early here in the second, taking a 3-0 lead. There you see the ball from that overhead look. Of Orleman, that's all they're looking for here to try and break that goose egg.
Page, let's see if he can do it. Carter Page hangs on to it, still with it, shoots, tried to go over the shoulder of Orleman, but he made the save. And the Lakers can pick up the loose ball, and they will, and behind the goal, or at least they have a chance. Sykes with a good play. That is a good loose ball, good effort, getting into those dirty areas. We'll see if the Lakers can take advantage. Resetarits moves it in. Here's a crease dive, they score! The Buckhorn Bandit, Thomas Hogarth. And the Lakers are on the board.
Fans were waiting for that one. They're into it now. It is loud inside the Memorial Center. What a pass from Resetarits, and then the human highlight reel, Thomas Hogarth diving through the crease and finding the back of the net. What a great play all around.
See if the Lakers can build off that one. Here's Catoni. Catoni with a look. He fires. He scores! A cannon from Catoni, and it's a 3-2 lacrosse game.
Two goals in 27 seconds as Holden Catoni swings through. There's a big pick set at the top, and then Catoni just stops on a dime and shoots back the other way. And that is big for the Lakers. We talked about them just.
Here's Resetarits at the top for Saris. Back to Resetarits. Looking again at the top. Here's Catoni. Catoni. Saris. Resetarits down to the crease. Hogarth over to Catoni. Catoni moves in. Shot from over the top. They score! Braden Saris on the man advantage. This game's tied at 3s.
19 seconds into the power play. Catoni from that shooter position, he steps in, he's looking towards the net, trying to see if any defenders bite. And then as soon as that short-handed penalty kill box, the 4-man box that Brooklyn had set up, it closed up a bit when Catoni came in, and that allowed him to move the ball out to the top.
Page here Sykes, Terrace, Hogarth shoots, he scores! He's like a dancing bear with ballerina feet. Thomas Hogarth gives the Lakers their first lead of the night.
Joe Resetarits coming through from the sideboards, sees Hogarth cutting towards the net, and with 2 men on him, Hogarth muscles his way through and drops the ball behind Steve Orleman.
Watching his man, bounce pass all the way back here for Sean Wesley. He hangs on, and that will do it for the power play for the Lakers. Wesley shoots, he scores on the run. What a shot. Sean Wesley, just as the penalty had expired, he comes in, fires one, and Brooklyn will score here to make it 4-4. 2:21 left in the second. A beauty play by Sean Wesley. He sees a little spot and a nice shot. Rose, I think, indicating he didn't see it, maybe screened a little bit on that one. Not complaining or anything, but I think he just said, well, 20 to go, third period action here at the Peterborough Memorial Center on a holiday Monday. Shot coming, and they score. Trickles in past Rose, and Brooklyn up by 2.
You could hear it hit Rose's leg pad, and then it just trickled across the line, barely. There's the shot from the outside, and a bit of a trickler. I think Rose thought he was hugged towards the post a little bit, or thought maybe he was up at the top of his pad, but when he moved that leg, that's when the ball went right through and just barely past the line.
Katoni across, and Hogarth has to hustle into the corner to play it. Hogarth, he's got it. Hogarth passes, and Resetarits fires at Orleman right there with another stop. He's now faced 50 Peterborough shots.
Hutchison in net now.
Here's McLeod, fakes, shoots, scores! So they put in Hutchison thinking perhaps he's the quicker runner, and it does not pay off. Of course, he faces a breakaway in his defense.
Yeah, he had just got in net. That camera angle looks like he's set up and waiting there, but he had just run from the bench and just got squared, and then you're facing a breakaway for your first shot since warm-up over 2 hours ago.
And that will do it, folks. The Brooklyn Lacrosse Club with an impressive 7-4 victory here tonight, thanks in part to Steve Orleman and his 47 saves here tonight against the Peterborough Lakers. So we will head to our post-game show, have some final thoughts, wrap things up coming up after this. You're watching the MSL on your TV.